It's time for the Teed Off Podcast.
Okay, it is episode 25 of the Teed Off Podcast. I'm Ben Clyburn, and I'm here with my co-host Aaron Thomas. Aaron, how's it going, man?
Good, Ben. How you doing today?
What beautiful weather we're having in September.
It is fall weather.
Yeah, we're a little spoiled. It's going to get a little hotter as the weeks go on here.
No, summer's not over yet, but we've actually had a nice little stretch here of fall weather. Which
Great golf weather, though.
Yes, I got to enjoy it one time.
Yep. It's one more than me. We're joined in the studio by Frank Caughlin, General Manager of Arcadian Shores Golf Club. Frank, thanks so much for sitting in with us today.
Well, thanks for having me. Really enjoy being here.
It's going to be a great show. Let's go over the agenda of the show today. The front nine, the world of golf, FedEx Cup recap. Tommy Fleetwood finally breaks through. Can't wait to talk about that. And then we're only a couple weeks away from the Ryder Cup. So we're going to preview that and break that down. Are the U.S. going to redeem themselves? Is Europe going to continue their pace of dominance the last few cups? We will see. Then we're going to make the turn. It's all going to be about Arcadian Shores with Frank Caughlin. We're going to talk about Frank's story on how he got into the game of golf and into the industry of golf in Myrtle Beach, and talk about why Arcadian Shores is so special. And then we'll hit the back nine, talk a little more Myrtle Beach golf, a spring rounds update, final fall round update, talk about accommodations of the episode, and then last but not least, what tees us off. You guys ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The front nine.
Okay, the front nine. The FedEx Cup. Tommy Fleetwood, what was it, his 44th try?
It was a lot.
I mean, I think he had 43 runner-ups, and if he'd have finished second this time around, it'd have been a 44th. I think the longest tenured runner-up streak for an active player. No better way to break through than a FedEx Cup championship.
Good for him. I still think they need to fix how that tour championship.
Now they're fixing it. They fixed it already because it was straight up.
Yeah.
And the winner was going to win the whole thing, which is different than the last few years where they had it handicapped.
What's the point of winning all year, though? If you're going to go in leading in points, you should have an advantage.
I think they gave Scotty some cash for leading outright for the whole year going into it, and then that's why they put it back to even.
Okay.
Yeah, they gave him, I want to say it wasn't $10 million, but I want to say they gave him like 3 or 4s.
Yeah.
It's like a compensation prize. Okay.
Well, in addition to the millions that he won, as prize money.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, but Tommy's so likable, and really the last couple runner-ups, you felt bad for the guy. I mean, I know some of it was self-inflicted. He should have made some putts.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, when is he going to break through? And the shots of him with his hat off and his head in his hands and stuff, it's like, man, I think he's a likable guy. I mean, I know we're coming up on a Ryder Cup where he's going to be, no matter who it is, you're not going to like him. But it's hard not to like Tommy Fleetwood.
I thought he was great. I thought he had a real chance in Connecticut playing against Keegan, paired with Keegan in the final round, and he backed off the shot on the 72nd hole, and then he changed clubs, and then he was 30 yards, 10 yards short of the green, and he had a 60, 70 foot shot, and then Keegan goes up there and hits it 5 feet.
Yeah.
And he didn't even hit it inside Keegan, so Keegan got a shot. I felt bad for him then.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been such a great ball striker. Short games kind of let him down, and putting's let him down over the years. But man, they did some flashbacks of him in 2013. He doesn't even look like the same person.
No.
I mean, with no beard and the short hair, I mean, like his cousin or something. It's crazy. Who do y'all think is the next Tommy Fleetwood? So who is somebody now that's going to be, waiting his turn to win a tournament, not win a FedEx Cup? Tommy knocked it all out in one.
Yeah.
He's now the next guy for a favorite to win a major, I think, is Tommy Fleetwood. Who's somebody next to break through?
I need a list of players that haven't won.
Yeah. It's hard to compare it at all because nobody's been on the tour that long, been this successful and not won.
No.
My list would be some newcomers that haven't won yet. So I don't have it either.
Yeah, and that's going to be a shorter list too. So, and you mentioned likable. Yeah. If you saw his fellow tour players hanging around when he finished up, I thought that was pretty cool. A lot of class. Yeah.
Justin Rose, because he beat him the week before, and then there you go. He hung around. That was awesome.
And Rory didn't.
No.
Rory was on his way to the U.S. Open.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw that. I hope that doesn't cause any team turmoil.
Oh, you wouldn't want that. Well, let's jump right into that because it's great to see Tommy win in the FedEx Cup. I think something does need to be changed about the FedEx Cup, but I don't have the answer for that on this episode. I didn't like the handicap system. I thought that wasn't quite the answer either. I don't think these guys need that big of a break, especially, if you're playing the best at the end there. I don't think you need 4 or 5 strokes or whatever it was. It's not going to make for an exciting weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't that. I think we talked about that last year, having the strokes advantage because there was just never any competition last year for anything worth looking at the Tour Championship. So maybe they can find a way to tweak it there to give me something that it's reward the guy that wins all year. But
to me, I think you make the final event match play.
That's not bad. But, to Aaron's point with the handicapping, Russell Henley, was he 5th or 6th going into the Tour Championship? He shoots 63, and Scheffler shot 4 under. He's still that far back. It's and you shot 63. I
know it's a body of work, but I think it just goes toward a seeding, toward a big match play event.
Yeah.
And so Scotty's the number 1 seed or whoever the number 1 person is against the 30th ranked person.
And maybe, I don't know if you want to add another week to the season, but maybe take instead of the top 30, you could make it a little smaller. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That might be the thing to do.
I do like that when you tee it up, everyone has an equal chance of winning. I don't think it's equal when it's handicapped.
No.
So that's good, but then you take the body of work out of it. It's why did I win 5 tournaments this year if the guy who hasn't won a thing but squeaked into the top 30 has got a chance to take it from me?
Yeah.
I know it comes down to me and my club and my ball, but there's got to be some consideration, which is why I think you do a match play and you seed them. And they're all playing the same golf course, but because or get a bye or something.
There you go. If they do a match play, you get a bye. Yeah. Top 3 or top 4.
Well, and it sounds like, as you mentioned, Frank, that Scotty got money for being the points leader, and so there was some type of compensation, I guess, for that, which is good. But I don't know. I feel like there's a way they could make it.
I think you make what did he win? 15 mil?
I think
it's the most on tour.
It's 10 plus the tour event. The Tour Championship money, right. So I think it was 15.
Yeah.
It's the biggest payout of this year. I knew that.
I think you make it 40 and do match play.
Oh, there you go. And like you said, it wouldn't be. You wouldn't even. Maybe you add one more week, one more event, and you take it from 30 down to 12 or 16.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that way, you can start on Wednesday, or so they don't have to play 36 every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can have the title and consolation on Sunday.
Yeah, well, you can have more of a stadium atmosphere. If, I'm playing you, and I'm not worried about if I win this. I gotta start at 7 a.m. because I'm gonna be playing a 2:00 match later. Exactly. Like the Dell match play used to be. I don't know, just some ideas.
They could, if they ever get a deal done, maybe they'd have $40 million to have a grand prize.
I think they already have it. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can change some events around and just make the end the pot of gold at the end of it. I think, Scotty winning some compensation for leading, the regular season is great, but it also takes the heat out of the final event. He's like, I won all these events, which are money. And then they gave me another few $1 million.
But then the guy that has all the runner-up from all season wins it all.
Yeah.
And it's like there's got to be a way. I mean, match play does sound like a pretty good idea. So
it's unquestionable, right? I'm the best. I beat every single one of you guys.
Exactly.
Everybody that stood in my way, I beat you, and I'm holding the trophy. So, just some ideas. Pretty good match play stuff coming up at the end of this month. The Ryder Cup. Aaron, you're going to the Ryder Cup.
I'm excited. Yes,
yeah.
I'm very excited. I will be there all 3 days.
Have you ever seen Bethpage?
No,
I have. It's awesome.
First trip. So first Ryder Cup, first Bethpage. So I got a lot of excitement.
The energy level is going to be so palpable.
Yeah.
I mean, it just what's on the line here from the route in Rome a couple years ago, and being in New York. I mean, they couldn't have picked a better
Rowdy
venue, and that's home field advantage is going to be epic. I hope it doesn't go over the top, but it's going to be epic, and I think we're going to need it. I think it's going. I look at these teams. Europe is stacked again.
Yeah, I mean they're essentially the same team they were 2 years ago. They almost,
which is scary because it just means how consistent they've been. I would like to talk about the captain's picks on the U.S. side first. So to remind everybody who they were, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Cam Young, Patrick Cantlay, and Sam Burns. Just from 40,000 feet, how do y'all feel about the captain's picks?
I was good with them myself. Burns was the one I was hoping would make the team. So I'm glad he did.
I'm fairly good with it. Morikawa, to me, just hasn't putted well, hasn't hit the ball straight, and you're going to need that at Bethpage. I mean, I know he has history, and he's a great competitor. Burns, I was hoping he also made it, but he, in my opinion, he sealed it on Sunday of the Tour Championship because he played with Keegan and played well. And Keegan knew there was some pressure, or Burns knew there was pressure too, playing with the captain, and I got to play well if I'm going to get a pick. But for the most part, I mean, Cantlay, he's not my favorite player, and there was the controversy and before, and it's
his Ryder Cup record is unreal, though.
The only bright spot in Rome was him,
right?
And he's coming off of a good performance, in the playoffs. So I think he was a no-brainer.
When they posted his record, when Keegan selected him, I didn't know his record was that good in Ryder Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Griffin, what do y'all think about that as a pick?
He won this year, and after he won, he just started playing well. I mean, the confidence level went sky high.
Yeah. And
he played well in the FedEx Cup playoffs. He played well at the Tour Championship. I mean, sometimes you have to go with a hot hand.
Yeah.
And I think he needs some new blood on the team too. I don't think that's a bad thing. Some of the new guys that are on there.
Now, outside of captain's picks, Harris English and Russell Henley, is this their first Ryder Cups?
I think it's Henley's. I think Harris English has been on one. I don't think he was on the last one, but maybe the one before.
Like
just thinking about new blood. I know it's JJ Spahn's first. So I think there's plenty of new blood. To me, I didn't like the Ben Griffin pick. I don't like him as a player, but I think Brian Harman should have made the Ryder Cup team. He had a good year. He's consistent, and he's got some positive history on the Ryder Cup. He didn't play bad in Rome either. I don't particularly like his style of play. I think he's a little slow, kind of like Patrick Cantlay, but I think he's a guy that we could have used. I know Bethpage is a monster of a course, but sometimes you got to hit the fairway. And I see a lot of guys that don't on the USA squad. What do y'all think about Keegan Bradley not picking himself?
I'm good with it. I think it's a lot to ask to be a playing captain. He said it best. I mean, the last guy that did it was Arnold Palmer. And he said if he could have asked Arnold about it, he would have, and maybe he'd have considered doing it, but he couldn't. So I think that pretty much says it all for me. But
I think it was a lose-lose if he chose to play. And the reasons being is he can't go out there and play his best when he's worried about all the teammates and everything and managing that. And it's a loss because he even said he's playing the best golf of his career right now. And if he can't sustain that, he may not be able to play on one ever, even after the snub 2 years ago. So he may not be able to play on one. But like he said, I was hired to do a job. I can't do the job to the best of my ability if I'm out there playing golf.
Yeah.
I think he was definitely snubbed in 2023.
Oh, no question he was. Which, ironically, his first captain's pick was Justin Thomas.
Yeah, that's a good captain's pick, which I did not like in 2023. He was not playing well. He's playing well enough, and he's got the energy for this crowd.
He said there would be no politics in his picks, and I don't think he has anything against Justin for that, that snub 2 years ago. But
well, my thoughts on the Keegan Bradley thing. So, Frank, you brought up a good point. He's playing the best golf of his career.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the biggest chicken move in the history of the Ryder Cup for the USA. Asking Arnold Palmer, he's not there is one thing, but I would compare it more to like asking a Davis Love or Paul Azinger when they were past their prime. The number one thing for contributing to that team, if possible, would be to play on that damn thing. They want to be playing to contribute. They weren't good enough to do it anymore. That's why they were the captains. The best way he can contribute to that team is playing on it. He is playing the best golf of his career. And I think Morikawa was the worst pick based on his performance. It should be Keegan Bradley in there. He's got vice captains. He's not drawing up plays and X's and O's like a basketball coach. He's setting pairings.
Yep.
He's setting pairings. You could have Michael Jordan be he's there the whole time.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Jordan will be there. He's always, yeah.
I just don't think, I think it was a perfect opportunity. New York guy, super high energy to lead the team from the front and playing the best golf he's playing in his career to take that thing. And if he's thinking about the repercussions of playing and not playing well enough and thinking about losing.
Right.
And all the bad press that's going to be, then he shouldn't be the captain.
Well, I had a friend of mine actually bring that up because he said that they didn't do him any favors by putting him in as captain this year anyway, because usually the captains are a little bit older and they don't really have much of a shot of making the team.
Davis Love, Paul Azinger.
Yeah, so
great point.
They put him into that spot, and then he happened to have a great season, and so,
well, the PGA of America told him, they said, we want you to be the first captain that is a player. They told him that when they called him.
I don't like the pressure there. I don't like it, but he is playing. He should be on the team. If there's any other captain, he would have been picked this year.
Yes.
And he should have been picked in 2023. And I think he's playing better this year. So Morikawa isn't.
No.
He's not playing well enough. Ben Griffin, okay. I think Brian Harmon should be on the team. Morikawa, man, he better play well. That's all I'm saying.
He was my question because, shots gained to the green. I mean, he's 40 yards to the right or left off the fairway currently, and it's just...
And he's even said himself that he has not,
Yeah, he's not had a good season.
That he hadn't had a good season, and that he's going to try to rise to the occasion. To me, there's just something missing there.
Mm-hmm.
Keegan should have just bit the bullet and done it. In my opinion,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just indifferent on that. No, like I said, I understand he is playing good golf, but I still think like it's in the best interest of the captain to be out there knowing what's going on. Yeah, to be the captain.
I think it's a unique situation to where the best way he can contribute, unlike a Davis Love and a Paul Azinger, is not just a captain, is to play.
Not like a Crenshaw when when Crenshaw was trying to motivate
Tom Watson and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a double-edged sword.
It is a double-edged sword.
He picks himself and he goes out there and he goes. I mean, what's he play all 3 days? I mean,
I don't know.
He goes 0-3. Then the spotlight's really on him.
If he's thinking that way, he shouldn't be a captain in the first place.
I'm just saying, though.
If I lose, which I don't like the PGA. I didn't know that, Frank. I don't like the PGA saying, I want you to be the first playing captain, because you're developing a storyline. If I'm Keegan Bradley, if I'm any captain, when they tell me I want to be captain, listen, I wanted to win the damn thing.
Right.
It's been embarrassing, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need to win the thing. And we're going to New York. This is where we have to win.
There won't be, if we win, there won't be any talk about whether he chose right or wrong anyway.
No,
so,
not at all.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if not, I don't know. I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory with the club in my hand if I'm playing as well as he is. You know, so we will see who's y'all's X factors on each team. Who do you think? Not necessarily MVP, but who's somebody?
Scotty. It has to be. He's got to play like the number one player in the world, which he has not done in recent Ryder Cups.
He shot, what did he shoot? 64, 63 to win the gold medal. But he was so far back going in the final round, and nobody, I don't think anyone close to him, I think they shot 68, and I forget what he
kind of got out of the way.
Yeah. I agree with Scotty. I think there's a couple other people, Russell Henley. I think he's going to make a difference. I think he's playing right now, and he and Scotty are friends. They practice together. You might see them being paired together, alternate or foursomes. I think that one is going to be a good one.
My X factor for USA is JJ Spawn. I think he's somebody that should be paired with a Scotty or a Bryson, who is going to be, especially in an alternate shot. Say, listen, you go out there and be the best, one of the best in the world, and I'm going to make sure that when I hit the ball, it's going to be consistent all day.
It's funny you say that. A friend of mine called him a bulldog. Yeah, he said, JJ's our bulldog. That's what he said. Yeah.
That's your X factor, is the guy that they should send out every session and is going to probably get you points or contribute to you getting points every session. They're not going to leave you holding the bag. And that's JJ Spawn. On the European side, I think that's Robert McIntyre.
Yep, I do too. Yeah. That's my guy.
He's been awfully consistent, top 10 player out of nowhere to me. I mean, just JJ Spawn, the same thing. And I think he's somebody that can be paired with anybody on that European team and carry them if he needs to, but really contribute any session, any style.
Oh, yeah. Once he won the Scottish Open last year, then you could see his confidence rise. And then he started going the Canadian this year, and he knows what he can do.
Yeah.
He knows his good things. And I tell you what, it's kind of nice to see another lefty out there other than Harmon or, so, I mean, it's pretty cool to see. But he is my X factor. I think he will play a lot.
I think he should. If I was Luke Donald, I'd trot him out there as much as I could. And I'd pair him with the star. And so that the star can go out there and play.
I'm anxious to see Rory's demeanor through the whole thing, because he has been just off this year since he won the Masters. He just doesn't seem like Rory. But
you want to talk about a magnifying glass. That crowd is not going to let up from the practice rounds on. When he hits the parking lot, they're going to scope him out. And we'll see how he handles it, because he can wear his emotions on his sleeve. And if they see a crack, they're going to expose it no matter what the score is. There'll be probably some people in those stands that don't even know what the score is, just giving it to them when they see him. So that's going to be something to look at. Overall, what's y'all's predictions? Y'all, first off, who do you think is going to win? And do you think it's going to be close, or do you think it's going to be a runaway?
I think we're going to bring it back. I'm going to need an extra day of vacation to recover. But I think the setting is there. You know, I like I said, Keegan being the captain, fiery. I think he feels pretty confident about his team. I know European team. I mean, they look like a buzzsaw. With everybody they have, but I think the location, everything, it just screams U.S. victory. It does.
I agree. I don't think it's going to be too much of a runaway.
No,
because the Europeans are so good at the alternate shot together and not putting the other person in trouble. And whether or not they hit it 15 feet on the green, they may hit it 25, but they're taking bogey out of play. Mm-hmm. And so they're really good at that. And then if you look at our team, when we get to Sunday, our team and their team with Oberg and Rahm and I forget which brother it is.
Rasmus.
All of them are strong. And
They're so deep.
Yeah, they are so deep. So we need to be a little bit further ahead on Sunday, in my opinion, because there's a chance for them. If they start getting on a roll or something like that, I could see it being closer than what I want it to be.
Yeah. My brain on paper says Europe is going to take this thing because of Sunday. I worry. I will, although I believe Keegan's made a tactical error, not playing, which would be a brain thing. My heart, romantically, the storyline in Bethpage, USA has to win. They have to win. I think it's going to be one of the closest Ryder Cups ever. I think it may come down to one of the final two groups. I think that is where the captaincy will. I think he won't sleep Saturday night trying to make those selections. So I think that's it's going to come down to Sunday singles.
I think it will, but I want that moment. Like, I want the final putt. Like, if I'm going to be up there, I want to be there.
I don't think it's going to be a case where there's 4 groups left out there and the cup's been retained.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to there'll probably be 4 people on the golf course, and it'll either be finished in the next to last group or magically the last group.
Well, in New York, if there's 4 groups left out there when the cup's retained, there will only be 4 people on the course because the crowd will be gone.
Yeah. So it's going to be, man, I'm going to be glued to it. I know that. So I'm so excited, and I wouldn't have picked a better place to play at a U.S. hosting Ryder Cup than Bethpage Black.
Yeah, I'm excited. So
it would be a residency there if I could, because of where it is and the Americana of it all. But
the next podcast, I might look a little worn.
Yep,
So.
I can't wait to recap it, because we'll be heading into the off season. The 2026 PGA Tour kicks off, but it's really talking about next year.
Yeah,
and so I cannot wait to recap that. So we will see. That's all I can say. Yep. I know that we'll be watching. You're going to be boots on the ground. So
I'm ready.
Do what you can for us.
I'm already packed.
There you go.
I'm ready to go.
Good. Maybe remember that guy that came out and hit that putt in the practice round? Remember that years ago on television?
Yeah.
For $100. Yeah. It was Rose and McIlroy.
Yeah. Rose put down a Benjamin on the ground.
He did. He put a Benji down, and he made it, and he was like,
That will not be me, because I'm a terrible putter.
Oh, okay.
So you'll never hear me running my mouth about putting.
Well, exciting, guys. I'm excited. Let's make the turn, bring it back to Myrtle Beach, and talk some Arcadian Shores. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Planning an unforgettable Myrtle Beach golf getaway has never been easier with mbgolf.com. At mbgolf.com, we give you the power of choice in pairing world-class golf with premium options from golf course villas to oceanfront condominiums, brought to you by Condo World, the leaders in Myrtle Beach luxury travel. Make your next stay and play journey to the golf capital of the world the experience of a lifetime. It's all just a call or a click away.
Making the turn.
Okay, making the turn, and we are joined today by Frank Caughlin, the general manager of Arcadian Shores Golf Club. Frank, we ask every guest that comes on the show, what got you into the sport of golf, and then how did it turn into a profession of yours in Myrtle Beach?
Well, I was in the restaurant business, and the owner passed away, and his sons came in and said, hey, we don't know anything about the restaurant business, so we're selling it, and we're going to be closed all summer, which is restaurant business in Myrtle's Inlet, Myrtle Beach. North Myrtle Beach is really big, the only time or main time. And they said, we don't know anything, so we're going to be closed in the summertime. So I had just gotten married and a little bit before and had a child on the way. So I had to get a job. So I was 27. And so for 3 days straight, I went and applied at every golf course up and down 17 and out 501. And only one of them called me back. Gentleman's name, he was the PGA head golf professional at Possum Trot, which is no longer there. His name is Bill Hewlett. he's still here. And so I started there. I worked one day on maintenance, one day as a ranger, one day at the bad drop, and 2 days inside. And then after about 3-4 weeks, the superintendent wanted me to come to work for him full time, and Bill wanted me to come inside full time. And it's a lot warmer inside in the wintertime than it is, and there's AC in the summertime. So that's what I did. And then I was there for about 10 months and went to a sister property called Heather Glen. And I was the non-PGA member head professional until I became a PGA member. And then I got hired to be the GM at the resort club at Grand Dunes, and then opened up the members club and was the GM at both the resort and the members. And then Burrs and Chapin and Myrtle Beach National merged. And so I oversaw 8 courses on the north end. And then in 2015, we had a large group come in and buy a bunch of courses, and they wanted to buy Arcadian, but our CEO said, we'll lease it to you. They said no. And so he called me and said, hey, can you just come back and run this one? So that's what I did.
So you've been at Arcadian since 2015?
It was one of the ones that I oversaw
Okay.
during National Golf Management. So, I mean, I visited 8 a day.
Yeah.
And so since 2010, but I've been there solely since 2015.
Wow.
That's hard to believe too, Frank. It doesn't seem like it's been that long since those changes. Yeah, it's when he said the years, I'm like, wow, it has been a while since those changes.
Because the members club opened in 2006.
Yeah.
So your first golf job was at Possum Trot. What year was that?
32 years ago.
Wow. So Bill's wife was my first grade teacher.
Oh, really?
So
He came in and played. He comes in with this one group. They play about once every 2 weeks.
oh, cool. I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. He had a little ankle thing he wears. I mean, we're all getting older, but he wears a little ankle thing and stuff. But no, it looks the same. It looks good.
Possum Trot was a great practice facility.
Yes.
Yeah. So missed that right up the road here.
Mhm.
But Arcadian Shores is one of my favorites. Amazing layout. Tell us what makes that course special.
Well, I think it's always been a great layout. It's Reese Jones's first solo design.
I didn't know that it was his first solo design.
He, he worked for his dad, and then it was his first solo design. It's in the middle of Myrtle Beach. You can see it from the bypass, but then there's also houses right in there, and it's tree lined. We turned 50 last year, and we did we redid the greens, the clubhouse, the cart paths in 2017. And next year, there's talk we're going to redo the bunkers as well as some irrigation. So we'll find more about that a little bit next month. It's convenient to get to. It's my English friends call it a proper track. It's not tricked up or anything. Everything's pretty much right in front of you. The greens are elevated and surrounded by greenside bunkers, so that makes it a little difficult. It's not too long. Everybody should be playing the proper tees. They should be, anyway. But even from the back tees, it's not too awfully long.
The facilities are great. I love the new clubhouse. I still call it new. I mean, it looks great. And the course is always in great shape. What type of greens are at Arcadian?
We have Sunday Bermuda. And then I think everybody in the golf shop, every golf professional should know that, the superintendent and the maintenance staff, if you don't have good ones or if you don't do what they say to do, then you don't have people coming in. And so Eric, our superintendent, Eric Cavelli, he's one of the smartest guys I've ever met. And if he wants to single tee on Tuesdays in the summertime and verticut and put a light top dress down, go for it. Whatever you need.
Pay attention to the experts, right?
And then we close when we aerify, and we aerify starting the Tuesday after Memorial Day in May. And we shut down Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And just to give them a chance, and then we paint and pressure wash, and, the clubhouse and stuff like that. But it gives him 5 days to get everything done. Mm-hmm. And then he wanted to do a small time aerification in the first week in August. So we shut down on a Thursday, Friday, just to give them time, not to rush anything. And then that way, you're always taking care of the greens, which golfers, you got to have good greens.
Right.
You can get by with a small tee box grass issue or something like that, but you got to be able to make the putt for par or be able to make the putt for bogey.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be, the experience has to be, it's all about the greens.
Exactly. Yeah. So right now they are superb.
Every time I've played them, they've been superb. And I'm not just saying that. I've really enjoyed it. And I've played Arcadian. It's one of the courses I've played the most in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because I enjoy it so much. And I've played all different times of year. And the greens are so pure. And I've really...
They're really good
course.
right now. Sometimes we'd like to get the greens a lot faster, but the greens are so undulating. We'd have people out there for days.
Yeah. You also want to keep a pace of play.
They're challenging enough. I mean, I wouldn't describe them as slow.
No, they're not slow, but if he put them at a 12 or something like that, they'd be rolling off greens.
I'd still be there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something too that you guys are well known for, just course conditions in general. I mean, from tee to green. We send groups out. Don't hesitate. We know you guys are going to have good conditions, and every time I've been there, they have been. I mean,
we appreciate that. Also, it being so close to the ocean and having a sandy base, it drains so well.
Yeah, about a half mile from the beach, and like you said, the location. If you drop the pin in the center of the city of Myrtle Beach, it's probably at Arcadian Shores.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you talk about around like coming into town or going out of town, you can hit real easy. So, and it's funny, I didn't know that was Reese Jones' first down here, which coincidentally is like right across the street from his dad's.
Yes.
So like at the Dunes Club, that's just crazy. I didn't know that.
And so Reese gets called in to do, before they had the one tournament or the PGA Tour came, and then they were doing some other things. They call Reese in to do those. I mean, he's the Open doctor. So any course that's looking to host the U.S. Open, they call Reese in.
Yeah. Now, when you guys did when you did the greens and some of the upgrades, he came by, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a thing with the architects. Yes.
Yeah.
To answer your question.
I remember hearing that. Yeah.
And like if we end up doing a bunker restoration next year, we got to call him too.
Yeah.
Now he gets paid.
Right.
You got to pay him. But some of them, not particularly him, but some people, architects, if you don't call them and you do it, they pull their name.
Okay.
Because they want to have their handprint on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, because and especially Reese, with this being his first solo design, we're like, look, we're going to redo the greens. We're bringing them back out to the original size, because greens shrink over a period of time. And we redid the inners and outers, the irrigation around the greens, and then we'll talk about the bunker restoration. And is it expensive to pay him? Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's going to say, look, it's going to play better if we do it like this.
Yeah.
So
once again, refer to the experts.
Exactly.
He was there at the start, and the fact that he's still involved is an honor. I mean, really.
He's got a right-hand guy that comes in first, and he's a nice guy too. So
yeah. Cool. What's walk me tee to green through the signature hole at Arcadian Shores?
I'd say 13.
I would agree.
I love that hole.
It's
coolest approach shot. One of the coolest approach shots on the beach.
And it's not from the back tees. It's only like 403, and it fairway rises up. But then once you get to the crest at the top of the fairway, about 150, 160, then it starts sloping down, and then there's another small shelf. Mm-hmm. So if you're a big hitter and you're playing the white tees, there's an opportunity to go in the water that fronts it. And then the green is more oblong than it is deep. And then there's a bunker behind it. And it's a scary bunker shot if you get in that bunker because everything's sloping down towards the water.
Yeah, it's like 12 if you're in the back bunker, 12 at Augusta or something.
Yes.
And if you don't reach the lower shelf, the downhill lie into that green is, I despise that shot.
And there's usually, except in the wintertime, he was out there today, as a matter of fact, a giant alligator.
Yeah. Ooh.
And the right-hand side. And he's big. I mean, he's big. And so we got to we have signs up around the course because now we have them on 2 hole 2, 8, 13, and there was one in 17, the little par 3.
Mm-hmm.
So,
speaking of alligators, and I'm not a big social media person, you know this, but you were Arcadian Shores. The alligator was on a Facebook page here, or something, carrying, was it like 13 babies on its back?
yeah,
the
walking
other day?
across. Yeah.
Wow, Steve Irwin special.
So the lake on 13 goes underneath Lake Arrowhead Road, which connects to Singleton Lake, which is at the Dunes Club.
Mm-hmm.
So there's probably a little transfer in and there.
Yeah.
But it's a great hole. One trick, this guy, and we just had the World Am, so you can't do it in the World Am, but some people figured this out. Big hitters, like if they're playing the white tees, they'll hit driver over the fairway into the water, so there's a drop area right by the green.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
Yep. Get a clean lie.
And then now you're
Now, I'm not a big hitter, but I got lucky. We'll put it that way.
I've hit it in the water before. I'm not a big hitter, so I always lay off and I'm lay way off and try to get a nice spot in the fairway.
My preference is 3-wood off the tee.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's a great hole. I mean, it's like Aaron said, it's a very demanding second shot. I mean, as long as you can find the green's not too severe, so there's a good chance for par. And then the next hole,
that tee shot is so cool.
I like that because it's all right. You just went brain dead over here or got mental because of this second shot in this hole. This one is 14 is a little up the hill par 4. That's only like 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little reprieve after that.
If you can hit a good drive, like if you just hit one on 13 and you can hit the same good drive on 14, you're just a nice little chip up and off you go.
A lot of people, it's redemption after a tough hole.
Oh yeah.
So that's the number one handicap, 13, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be. So, but I agree. That's the signature hole. Not necessarily the hardest hole is the best hole. It certainly is at Arcadian. I love them all, but 13 is.
It's just got so much character.
That's one of the ones you put on the top 18 holes on the beach. 13's always on there.
It
at
was
Arcadian
on there.
Shores.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, what's a package of interest when our golfers are on mbgolf.com or talking with our package experts here that has Arcadian Shores involved?
Well, Arcadian happens to be part of the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail here in Myrtle Beach. So that they are with 20 plus golf courses, I think, Myrtle Beach Golf Trail now. So when you play Arcadian Shores, you can play, if you play at least one more round, so you play 2 or more, the Trailblazer package has been immensely popular with our golf groups because it's got a lot of add-ons that come with it. So you get a welcome gift the first course you play. If I recall, I think it's still through TaylorMade and Myrtle Beach Golf Trail have a deal that you get a gift there. And then they've also got lunch, 2 drinks, whether it be beer, soft drinks included, range balls, and then you can also do $25 same-day replays at the course. So if you want to go out and play another, and those are 18-hole replays, not 9 holes.
A lot of goodies with that package.
Yeah, so a lot of extras included with it, and it's been really popular with our group. So you just got to play 2 or more. So if you play Arcadian and one other Myrtle Beach Golf Trail course, you qualify for it. So.
Well, when you're planning your next Myrtle Beach Golf Trip, remember the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail packages on mbgolf.com and make sure Arcadian Shores is on the list. Any time of year that you're coming, you won't be sorry. Frank Caughlin, General Manager of Arcadian Shores, thank you so much for sitting in with us. We're going to talk some more Myrtle Beach golf on the back nine. You stick around?
Sure. I'd love to.
Let's do it.
The back nine.
Okay, the back nine. So we're in September. Aaron, give us an update on what the fall's looking like and then what the spring 2026 is looking like for tee times.
Well, fall, of course, we're just about into fall. The weather has been great, and a lot of our groups booked ready to come down. We're getting calls, last minute stuff, but the fall rounds are busy. There's some room out there, though, if you want to, book a round or a last minute golf package with us. We still got some room to do it. October is definitely the busiest month out of the bunch. We kind of hit our stride like mid-September. through about the end of October. But as I mentioned to Frank earlier before we got going on the podcast, that I've seen the first week of first week of November seems very popular.
It does. And I'll tell you what, there's no better time to play golf in Myrtle Beach. I don't care where you play, whether you play at Arcadian or you play someplace else. The fall golf is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. The leaves changing, the temperature, the humidity drops. The courses are still green and in awesome shape. The traffic is down only a little bit. It's still awfully busy all year long in the Myrtle Beach area. But I agree, Frank. And, and I want to ask you this from an operator standpoint. Last fall, if we get weather that's 60% as good, and so far so good as last fall's weather, we will be very blessed. The spring was colder than it was in previous years. How did you guys manage spring of 2025?
Well, we were closed 5 days when we had the snow, and then and that was in January. And then there was another 3 days in February where the temperature wasn't above 32. I don't think they were all together. I think 2 were together and then 1 later. So it was tough.
Now you got to cap those Sunday greens when it gets that cold?
We don't, because if you overseed your greens with a lot of poach riv, you need to protect that. We put 8 to 10 pounds down. So that way, when the spring temperatures get up, that Bermuda grass doesn't have to fight that winter grass, and you don't have to spray it out. And because sometimes if you spray it out, the transition and the Bermuda's not ready to come out yet, it's tough. Yeah. We thought about buying them, the covers. And when we talked with Dr. Martin up at Clemson, he was like, look, if you're not putting a lot, don't worry, too much about it. We may water them if we know it's going to get cold, so the ice puts a thin layer and protects them. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Eric's department.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Frank, good general manager answer, though. That was good. You're good, know enough to be dangerous, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, it's, you got to be involved in all aspects, but I mean, why, you have to ask why.
I've seen different takes. I've seen caps on greens, and I've heard similar answers about ice and things like that. So Bermuda is the most popular green down here because it loves the summer. But every once in a while we have a chilly winter like we did in 2025. I don't think the last one that cold was 2018. Well, that was a tough winter. But since then it's been pretty mild.
But see, we're also closer to the ocean than a lot of courses, except, Dunes Club, maybe Pauley's. So it's not as cold. Like if they're saying it's 30 in Myrtle Beach, we might be 33 or 34 because we're that that close.
That's a good point, Frank. I forget how close you guys are to the ocean.
Yeah, I mean it's a 15-minute walk to Ocean Annie's, or a 5-minute walk across the 10 fairway to Spanky's Pub.
Yeah. At which you could probably, you could sneak across during your round. I mean, it's that close you could run across the street.
We've had people run to a guy, we didn't have belts in at the time, and the guy took the golf cart. He can't do it now because of the thing that you'll probably mention later, but he took it over to
foreshadowing.
He took it over to Tanger Outlet and bought a belt.
Oh my God. I love that. That's great. Well, thank you for answering that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but I was just wondering about how Arcadian did this spring. And I think it's supposed to be a little milder for 2026, which will be great. I mean, spring golf was still good.
It was.
I didn't hear of any.
Truth is, our spring was good. It was our winter that was really.
The winter.
It was really
and I'm
tough.
calling once we hit January, starting the spring season. We don't really have a winter golf season. January counts towards spring if I do a round in January. So, Aaron, how does the spring look as far as bookings?
They are already up. We've had a lot of groups that actually have rebooked with us while they were here this past spring. So,
That's
so
a
we've
thing
seen
now.
some good numbers.
I mean, a year in advance, people are booking.
Well, it's the book early trend that really comes from the courses. That's part of the dynamic pricing, with the courses these days and how it works. So, you book early to get the better rate, and that's what people are doing. So, and I like it that the groups that are with us, while they're here, they get their rooms reserved for the next year the same week and set up their courses, and boom, done.
We're in the family vacation business, Frank, and we do see, repeat guests book a year in advance. I would say with technology that window has shrunk some. There's less people that book a year out, more people that wait and book. But on the golf side of things, especially since post-pandemic, people are booking earlier and earlier and earlier.
Golf got so popular during COVID. Yeah. And you know what? To Aaron's point, it's a lot easier. If you're here, you have one guy and he's in charge. When he comes to turn his keys in, the night before he's already talked to the group. We're coming back. We're staying in the same place. Yep. Put us on the books.
Yeah, especially group leaders.
Exactly.
They deserve a hug. Sometimes because to keep up with all these guys, you got them all together right now.
Exactly.
Let's get their commitment now, and you don't have to put down a huge deposit to reserve things. I mean, especially with us at MB Golf, we'll take care of you pretty easily and put things together.
It is rewarding though too, because it makes us realize that we did good for them. They're willing to go ahead and book the year in advance. So.
Yep, and it's growing. The product over the years. There's not a course down here that I'd give a thumbs down to.
I'd say the improvements and everything's gotten more expensive, including chemicals and fertilizers, but they've gotten so much better that it's very seldom in Myrtle Beach that you find a course during prime season that's not in tip-top shape.
Very rare.
Course owners are reinvesting in their product a lot. Yeah.
In previous years, a long time ago, there were bookends. I mean, let's just be honest. There was the best of the best, there was the middle, and then there was the bottom. And now that line has really blurred, and the beneficiary are the players.
Yes, without a doubt.
Long story short, book now.
Yeah.
If you want to book for the fall,
today.
Book yesterday. But if you want to book for the spring, book now. Go to mbgolf.com. Call Aaron. He's got a team of golf experts ready to help you put your package together, both rounds and accommodations. Our accommodation of the episode is the Crescent Keys condos in North Myrtle Beach. It's actually right up the road from us, Frank. We've got oceanfront and ocean view 1, 2, 3, and 4-bedroom.
4
condos.
Bedrooms, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, the
Very
bedding
nice.
is fantastic. We have fully equipped kitchens on site in condo. Laundry, so you don't have to go anywhere to wash anything. Just make sure you bring your belt, because you can't. No golf carts are allowed at this property, but it's private oceanfront balconies.
Restaurants right around too.
We've got restaurants around. Really, the key convenience factor is a short drive to about any popular Myrtle Beach restaurant or popular Myrtle Beach golf course. I mean, from here to Arcadian, 10, 11 minutes. Yeah, right up 17. And if you're playing in the fall, 10 minutes. I mean, just straight shot. So, Aaron, our golfers love the Crescent Keys.
Yeah, they do. It's one of the most popular requests we have. And like I said, it's location. That's what it's all about.
And we've got about 50 condos in there. So if you want to be next door or close to each other, we can supply that.
And that's the catch is we've got, we have the ability to keep them close together when they're here. So,
yeah. So a thing with MB Golf and Condo World is we have so many options, Frank, and most on the ocean front in North Myrtle Beach. And we can keep your group close by, if not next door. And that's a big thing when you're coming down with a bunch of your friends. You want to stay up with what's happening.
Or if you want your friends to be in a completely other building, we'll do it for you, Well,
the benefit is there is a front door and you can lock it. So, and they can be in another room.
That's good.
But so remember the Crescent Keys when you're booking your package on mbgolf.com. All right, guys, it's been a really good episode. Last, but certainly not least, Teed Off, where we tell a story or an anecdote or something about either the sport of golf or the golf industry, what we know about it. It could be a personal story that grinds our gears a little bit, aka tease us off. Now, Frank kind of alluded to where Aaron was going with his teed off, so you're going to have to start. What tees you off, Aaron?
Whatever the tracking system is on the golf cart, that when it's cart path only that keeps you from getting into the fairway, I appreciate it. have no problem with it. I pay attention to the rules when they're told to me before I play. But if you're told there are 5 holes that are cart path only, and you go on to the holes that are not cart path only, and it still stops you, and you got to back it up.
Yeah, you got to back it up.
Longest round of golf ever. I played in an outing, and we were told 5 holes. We knew what 5 holes, but every time we pulled out, you get out there and you get the beat.
Yep.
For the whole course?
Yeah, all day. I don't know if there was a error in what was programmed in that day or what, but we had I spent most of my day in reverse. It was kind of comical.
Oh.
Now Arcadian's got GPS cards, right?
We don't have monitors. We have what Aaron's describing as a geofence where we can see the cards.
Okay.
And we found that to be accurate. That sometimes, I mean, you can click a cart and turn it into, a VIP to where if you're cart path only, it's not going to apply to them.
Yeah.
But what we found on this particular system, the geofence, when you try and, make the screen larger and blow it up, it'd be in the grass, but a cart would go down the cart path and it'd beep and stop. And then, so they'd have to back up. And so it was really inconveniencing. So we turned it off.
Okay.
I get it.
Another benefit to Arcadian Shores.
Because there are people that I get why they have them. Because there are people that will, do damage to a golf course after, if it's a cart path only day. And I'm not one of those people.
No,
but
there's people that think that their cart fee, their green fee gives them a license to do whatever they want. And, outside of being handicapped, they can't do that. And so that's why it exists for keeping the quality up of the course. But you can't on every hole.
Well, you know me, I like to have a few drinks while I'm playing, and I was in reverse all day. Like I told my playing partner, I was like, if this keeps up, you're going to need to start driving because the round was slow. The drinks were going down, and I was like, I can't keep turning backwards all day.
My equilibrium's off. Yeah, I think there's a lot of room for improvement for those GPS carts. I've been driving forward one time and hit a geofence that was, off kilter. I about went through the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
I was on the cart path.
Oh, yes.
So there definitely needs to be some tweaking there. I do agree with the premise.
Oh, I do as well. And you're right. People don't need to be driving behind the greens or anything like that.
Or heaven forbid up on it.
And that's what it's for. Or on tee boxes or things of that nature. But if you can't
So
accurately,
you've got the system turned off. However, you could log in and see if there's somebody that's not going where they're supposed to be, and then you can send a marshal out to say, "Hey guys,
yes,
knock it off."
And they turn red if they're behind, or yellow then red and stuff like that.
That's cool. But it's not communicated to the rider. It's communicated to the hub, the office.
That's
and
it.
Y'all do something.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, what tees you off, Frank? Other than people that are going against the hub and driving to Tanger outlets to get a belt. That's freaking great. I love that.
We don't get it too often no, we get it year round. I'll just go ahead and put it out there. I was going to say in the fall or the spring when
nobody's going to hear this. This is you can just come out
just
with
release.
You're in a safe place. You do have a microphone in front of you.
When you call the golf course, any golf course, to book a tee time, you only need to know 3 things: the day you want to play, how many people you have, and what time. Mm-hmm. So when I answer the phone this morning and the guy goes, what kind of tee times do you have? Well, how many players do you have, and what time are you looking to play? We got 3. We're looking in the morning. Okay. What time in the morning? Early. I've got a 7:40. No, something around 9. You know what? If you know what time you want to play, I'm spending.
Out with that.
Yeah, just let's start there. Or, hey, okay, yeah, I've got a 9:10. Oh, that's perfect. So that's today at 9. Oh, I was looking for Saturday. You need to know the day, how many players you have, and the time that you want to play. Just a general idea. We'll give you what we have. I'm not going to lie to you because I really need to fill that spot. But yeah, 1 minute phone call takes 5 minutes.
And Frank, the phrase "I want to play early" has really evolved over the years, because early used to mean I want a 7:30 tee time. Now early is 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like we don't know that because that's not an early tee time.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
We get the same from on the package side.
Yeah, and we've had I think Jake was in here from Airhead with a similar one. He was a guy who called and he's like, I want to play, early in the morning. He's like, okay, I've got a 7:41. That's way too early. So, okay, well, what's your definition of early then? He's like, I'm thinking like 9:45. Okay, that's not early.
That's why I said early. The phrase "early" has evolved over the years. It
certainly has. And I'll tell you what, if you have, like we had a bachelor group yesterday, and 12 of them. And so they roll in, and I'll tell you what, they look great. They look absolutely great. And it turns out it was their first day. So I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, because I said, man, you guys look great. Because one guy was I'm paying for gyms. You paying for gyms today? Yes, I'll pay for gyms. All right, I'll get it tomorrow. So I was like, Jim getting married? Yes. All right, good. I said, y'all look really good when y'all get in this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
And it's the following day they show up with the glitter on the first tee. Exactly. Yeah.
Or they go play putt-putt instead.
But I was like, so what time is your tee times tomorrow? Well, we're afternoon tomorrow. I'm like, see, that's smart.
That's a good move.
That's smart.
You must have booked your package through mbgolf.com and had someone take care of that for you. My teed off is simple. So I don't get to play as much as I'd like to. And so I just dusted the clubs off to just at least move them into an area where I can see them and then think about playing in the next few weeks as the summer starts winding down here and I can find the time to play. I pulled out my clubs. Have grips gotten worse as far as their durability? All my grips have flaked. And I don't know if is there a shortage on rubber or something? I mean, have y'all seen that in the equipment space?
Where did you have them stored at?
In my garage.
Boom. Heat's a killer. Yeah.
Heat and cold, so they expand and then contract.
Okay.
It's just like people will keep them in their car, and a car in summertime in Myrtle Beach,
it's like 150 degrees.
Yeah. And then they go to hit their driver and it flies off. What happened to my driver? Well, the epoxy gets loose and melts.
Yeah.
And so
I quit keeping my clubs in my vehicle. Any place, I keep them in temperature regulated areas, and my grips have lasted a while.
Mine haven't been kept in the trunk because that would be extreme changes of weather. But I've kept them in the garage for some time, and I switched my grips or changed out my own grips before I put them up. And it was just Tour Velvet.
But see, to your point, if you just did it within the last 2 years, we have seen decline in certain manufacturers.
Okay.
We'll call the manufacturer out. I mean, let's go ahead and do it. You didn't mind doing it was it TaylorMade one day?
Golf Pride. I don't know what's going on, but the Tour Velvet, which is the most common grip used.
That's what I use, yeah.
It's disintegrated.
Maybe you got a bad batch.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I did order them online. I didn't go to like the PGA Superstore and pick them up. So they weren't used.
Yeah. Oh, no, obviously.
But, I don't know. I was disappointed. So, and it's not rocket science changing grips.
I've been a Golf Pride guy all my life. I don't think I've ever switched from them. And Tour Velvet's I've tried a different kind that they have, but Tour Velvet's my favorite.
Yeah. Which if you play a lot, which I don't, you got to change them pretty often. But that's what the pros use. Yeah. Why can't I use them?
The other one that was popular for a good amount of time were the wind grips.
Yeah.
The ones Butch Harmon's always talking about. But they're the ones that like are a pillow in your hand.
Yes, but they last one summer.
They do. They don't hold up well in heat. No.
The worst are
they're comfortable.
The best for grip, but the worst for durability, I think, are those cord grips. I
don't like the cord. They're too rough on my hands.
Well, they rip your glove apart.
Yeah.
But you're not going to lose the club. I tell you that much. Sweaty or wet or anything,
I'm actually surprised the Tour Prides didn't hold up. I mean, I know a garage doesn't get as hot as a car, but
they've been in the garage before.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and they haven't been. I mean,
Like Aaron said, it may have been a bad batch.
maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna, golf pride. I'm not that mad at you, but I am gonna have to replace all my grips. Way earlier than
It is concerning.
than expected.
It's
way
concerning.
less, not many rounds, and I'm not going to change brand. I'm not going to change.
Go get the same grip and see how they and see if
You
it's the
might
same
have some
thing.
freebies coming to
Maybe we'll see. Mail 'em my way.
Get the same grip.
I
and
am.
We'll do it. Yeah, do a comparison.
Yeah,
So,
So anyway, that's my teed off. It's not even. I'm not that teed off. I'm just mildly annoyed.
Maybe it's like one of those things like the shrinkflation. You know how we're getting smaller bags of chips. Maybe
Yeah.
they're using a smaller batch of rubber
Maybe.
for their grips or something.
Well, I was thinking maybe, with the supply chain issues, I knew we were having metal issues. I'm not sure we're having rubber issues. Maybe they, sourced from a different rubber supplier, silicone supplier or whatever, and it's just not as good. But I can't find anything online about it. So just something for me to keep an eye on and another project for me to do before I play.
Whenever I do get new grips, I'll be keeping an eye out then. Yeah.
Well, guys, it was a great episode. Frank Caughlin, General Manager of Arcadian Shores Golf Club. Thank you so much for joining us, talking the world of golf and Arcadian Shores and Myrtle Beach Golf. Your history down here is admirable. It really is.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Aaron, another great episode, 25th
20,
episode.
25th. Where's the champagne?
Frank drank it all. So, you're saving it for your victory
Ryder Cup.
celebration
Yeah,
in New
yeah,
York.
yep.
That's what it is.
Hopefully.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be a blast.
It is.
Ready.
Man, I'm jealous.
That's what I said though. By the time we do the next podcast, we'll see if I have bags under my eyes or not. Because I am going with a fun bunch of people.
We will see. So when are you coming back?
I will be up there Thursday to Monday for that
Okay.
weekend. So,
So-
we're not catching the practice rounds. but-
Tuesday at 9 a.m. We're going to be doing our.
I didn't say what time I get back in on Monday.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and go USA, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Teed Off. Visit mbgolf.com and follow us on Instagram at Teed Off Podcast for the latest episodes and news.